So let's talk about the fight of the year, basically. Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson. Oh my goodness, what a fight! I mean, seriously, if there was people there were fans there, that would have been the craziest thing ever. I mean, the fans would have been screaming and yelling the whole time. There was not a moment in that fight that was boring. I mean, that was the most ridiculous, one of the most ridiculous fights I've ever seen. Tony Ferguson is seriously made out of metal. I don't know what, like, it's he was getting tagged so hard.
Yeah.
So hard, repeatedly and constantly. And he just, I mean, he wouldn't even flinch.
Yeah, chin of steel, man.
It was so crazy. I mean, I was watching the fight and I was like so nervous, so scared. I mean, and then Justin Gaethje, you know, so good.
Yeah.
I think finally, I think he's always been this good. I think he's been this good for a long time, but I think it's all about dialing everything correctly. You know, I think it's about not having this mentality of. It's a weird thing because he has the mentality of, I'm willing to die in there, which is a good mentality to have if you're a fighter, you know. But he has to not let himself be put in those positions, put himself in that position where it's like, you hit me and I hit you, you hit me and I hit you, I don't care if I die. I don't care if I die, but I hit you and you don't hit me anyway. Because that will get you so much further.
And I'm gonna see,
you know?
I'm gonna see what's going on. That's one of the main things.
Calculated, you know, he had like a little slow pace. He's just, oh man, but
his game was on point.
So on point. That was easily one of the most impressive title fights I've ever watched in my life. You know, I mean, none of them were champions, but it's kind of like Tony was the champion. You know, like Justin was coming to take everything away from Tony, even though there was no title. It was so good. I mean, it was one of the most impressive fights for me. You know, when a challenger became champion was T.J. Dillashaw beating Hannah Morale the first time. You know, that was really impressive. You got fights like that, and you've got other fights that are really good, but then the champion won, like Rory McDonald versus Robbie Lawler. This fight, like Justin was like, he hit that next level, man. He really hit that next level.
He went Super Saiyan.
Man. Really. I mean, how crazy is that, right? Everyone thought Tony was the boogeyman. Everyone thought Tony was the one to challenge Khabib. And now everyone's like, it's actually Justin. Like, Justin can, even DC, Daniel Cormier. Listen, he was commentating. Daniel Cormier is a teammate of Khabib at AKA. And he was caught slipping. You know, he caught himself. He was like, my goodness, you got to think about when Justin fights fights Khabib. I mean, if you think about the background in wrestling that Justin has, and then he was like, he realized like, oh wait, Khabib was my teammate. Wait. You know, he was just commentating. You know, he was in the moment and he was giving a real analysis. You know, from his perspective. I mean, it's crazy, man. If Justin Gaethje can stop takedowns from Khabib and then look this good in a striking department, my goodness.
It's dangerous. It is dangerous for Khabib.
No one is gonna take shots like Tony. Like, have you ever seen anybody take shots like Tony the way he did on Saturday night?
It's a tough one. I don't think I have. I really don't think I have.
Like, seriously, you know? Roy Nelson has a really good chin, you know, like, or even the fight we just talked about, like Rory versus Robbie. I mean, that was also a very vicious, very violent fight. But they weren't landing with these, like, just pure, clean shots, like, boom, left hook, right hand, you know, over and over and over again. It was, you know, like, it was powerful shots, and those guys, like, were really impressive as well in their own regard, you know, in that fight. But not like Justin Gaethje was hitting Tony.
No, he's got power.
So much power. It's just his timing and precision. And I mean, I was talking about it in one of the breakdowns about this fight, and I was saying that Justin Gaethje's leg kicks are so impressive, especially when you take into consideration that he hasn't had a lifetime kickboxing or Thai boxing.
Yeah, it's a great leg kicks though.
It's the same thing about his striking in general right now. He even threw some head kicks in there.
Yeah.
Like a lead head kick as well, and it was fast, man. It was fast and powerful. I mean, I'm so impressed by Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
If only I wasn't, heartbroken that Tony lost.
Yeah. No, so I think a lot of us were.
I was so behind Tony. I mean, I still am, but you gotta really feel for the guy right now, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
All he had to do was not be the badass he is.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted him just sit out,
Yeah.
wait. The Khabib fight is happening. Just wait. No one was injured. Just wait. Khabib was like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna wait. Fuck that. I'm gonna fight Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
And we love him for that.
Yeah.
We love him for that. That's why he's Tony Ferguson. But right?
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Next, first of all, Justin Gaethje, he's just like we said on another level at this point. He's so good, but you got to take off your hat off for Tony Ferguson. He put all of his eggs into this basket. He put everything on the line. He cut weight twice. He got ready to fight Khabib, who was going to fight in a completely different way. Just go for wrestling, takedowns and whatnot. And so everything was against him, and he still went for that fight. And I think that affected it a lot. I mean, I'm sure all of those components.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure if they were to have a rematch, I don't know if Tony would win, but I do think it would be a very different fight if they were getting ready for each other and they had full counts for each other and a different.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to think of a rematch right now.
Yeah, of course.
It's hard to think of what's next for Tony. I mean, I would like to see him just stay out, for a year after that kind of fight and that kind of damage. But knowing Tony, he'll be back next weekend.
He definitely should take.
And he's taking it so well. Which I'm really happy about. As soon as I saw that video of him in the hospital and he's dancing, I was like, man, or even before that, even in the post-fight, octagon interview. And Joe is like, how do you go? Where do you go from here? Do you go straight back at it, or do you take some time off? And he's like, no, right back at it. What the fuck are you? Why are you even asking me that? He's like, I gotta get those consolidation rounds. You gotta earn them back. I'm like, this guy's mental, man. What the hell?
Yeah,
seriously,
he took quite a beating.
You can take everything away from this guy. He doesn't care. He's just gonna keep moving forward. He really is the boogeyman. He wasn't happy with his stoppage. He thought his stoppage was early. Dude, what are you talking about? He was dead from round 3.
Yeah.
And it's I wish I was let. I want to go out like a champ. It's dude, don't worry. You went out like a champ.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, the guy is such a savage. Such a savage. Even Khabib was disappointed.
Yeah.
It kind of felt for him. Justin felt for him as well. Everyone felt. The whole entire MMA community felt for Tony Ferguson, But I don't think Tony Ferguson cares about that at all. I don't think he wants anyone's sympathy or pity or anything. He doesn't want that,
No.
And I think that's what drives him. So I think we do see him back in the next 6, 7, 8 months, because it's Tony Ferguson, and he's gonna want to come back. But I don't know who he fights. I mean, he's not gonna fight Justin Gaethje in an immediate rematch.
No, it's not happening.
Justin and Khabib, I like Khabib, but he's not gonna fight right now. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna fight in July." No way, no chance. Khabib, he takes his time, man. He takes his time, and now the opponents has changed, and now he's saying Justin Gaethje is really dangerous. I'll be really happy if he fights in July, but I don't see Khabib fighting for another 6 months at least. So I think Justin's next fight could be Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely either Khabib or Conor, but I think it leans more to Conor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it leans more to Conor.
Yeah,
I think it's going to depend on whether Justin is willing to do that. Because he knows the Conor fight is a big money fight. But is he going to want that title, that gold more? Because he does care about that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Is he going to want that more? Is he going to be like, no, I'm going to wait like 6 months so I can fight for the gold? Or is he going to be like, alright, I'll fight in 2 or 3 months with Conor McGregor for a big paycheck?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, he's just become interim champ. I think, we saw what Conor's tweets. He's just firing at Justin Gaethje now. I think
that's like Conor after every main event.
Yeah.
He's just like waiting to, like whoever loses, like, I was going to take them out faster than that if they were facing me.
Yeah. But the thing about that is Conor, when he came back, he kind of had a choice between Justin Gaethje and Cerrone. And he chose Cerrone. And so...
Still the easier fight by far.
Yeah.
I mean, Cerrone and Justin Gaethje were coming off of a fight with each other. Which Justin won by KO.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends because Conor does have that. He does have, like, he can kind of get what he wants because he brings so much money. To a certain extent, though. To a certain extent. It's interesting, man. It's really interesting. I think,
I think Conor has a better chance of beating Justin than Khabib.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think at this point, I think the old Justin Gaethje wouldn't have had much of a chance against Conor, just because Justin wouldn't use his vision so much, and that's Conor's strength, right? Precision. But now I think the fight between them would all depend on. I think in the first 3 rounds, Conor would have to stop it, but seeing Justin Gaethje's performance now against Tony, if it goes into the later rounds, then he's gonna get better. And I think he would probably still get dropped by Conor in the first few rounds, but if he can survive, then it's gonna get more and more into his
more into his domain, more into his game.
Yeah.
But
what happens though, like you said, it's a tough one. Khabib, I mean, what should happen is Justin should fight Khabib. I mean, he got the interim title, and then
that's like the straightforward thing, right? That can happen. It's, I mean, that's what the UFC is saying. That's what Dana's saying.
Yes,
he's got the interim title, which means your next fight should be for the belt, unless the guy holding the real belt is not available to fight.
Yeah,
which is the only reason why interim belt should exist in the first place.
Yeah,
and that's why they had an interim belt, because Khabib's not there to fight.
So, what I say, depending on, like you said about Khabib, but I think Justin Gaethje should fight Khabib next and put Conor against Tony when they're ready. And then the winner of that can fight for the belt.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Conor versus Tony. But I want to see Tony, like, recover 100% and get a good training camp before he fights Conor. Because that would be the most annoying thing ever. If Tony, like, just jumps back in there and he's not even healed up. He's got, like, a weak chin, you know, he hasn't recovered.
Yeah.
And then just gets tagged by Conor, and then it's like, oh.
And he is prone to getting tagged, and, like, Conor can put you to sleep. So I don't know if that's actually a great move for Tony.
It would be a good fight, but, like, in like, a year's time.
Yeah.
When, like, he's fully recovered from this fight.
Okay.
I mean, it was... I don't care. Like, they say, oh, it's orbital bone is broken. Man, there's a lot more damage on that night. I don't care what you say, like...
Yeah. I mean, if
my head was hurting watching that fight.
Yeah.
I was getting a headache. I was like, oh my god, dude. Feeling those punches.
Yeah, man. Oh my god. Thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Well, look, if it's a game of time, and when people are gonna fight, then then you got to think about freaking Dustin Poirier as well. He's thrown in that mix somewhere as well to play out that puzzle. Otherwise,
but the top guys are right now. It's Khabib, Justin, and Conor. And Conor is a weird one. I mean, Dustin Poirier made a really good point on Twitter. Like, they've been going back and forth. Conor's been dissing everyone. Mm-hmm. And Dustin is like, dude, you have one fight at lightweight. No, we have one win at lightweight. I mean, man, made me think like, yeah, Conor is really good. Yeah, this and that. But like maybe, I really like Conor, man, but you have to like think with facts sometimes. And, if you look at it and you go, this guy has one win. And then we're going to put him above like some other people, like Dustin Poirier or something. I mean, why,
Yeah.
Like, why, I think that's what Khabib tries to say a lot as well. Like, just kind of like, man, who is this guy? Like, you guys are stupid to support him. Like, who is this guy? He has done nothing, this and that. Mm-hmm. They kind of have a point, For us, we're fans. We can just, like, forget about these things and just get excited that Conor's fighting. And be like, yeah, Conor for the title, But, like, you look at a guy like Dustin Poirier, like you said, like he's been through the ringer. Mm-hmm. But now Dustin, is coming off of the loss. Tony's coming off of a loss. Mm-hmm. So it's a big thing in the fight game. You're coming off of a loss. You just don't have the same kind of like momentum, star power, right? Mm-hmm. Right now it's Justin, Khabib, and then Conor. Because of that, because he's coming off of that win, even though it's a different division. Mm-hmm. And it's to Donald Cerrone, who was coming off of 2 losses. Mm-hmm. It was 2 losses, right? Not 3. It was Justin Gaethje, his loss, and it was a loss to I don't know, I'm forgetting now. Maybe it was just 1 loss, but regardless, Conor's in this weird situation where he can just be in a division and have 1 win and have so much power and say. Right, and just be like considered as the top dogs, Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, it's a bit of everything. It's his star power, but also it's the win that he's got. He just came in and won the gold.
Yeah, he's like in a tier of his own, like in a way. It's the, McGregor belt, If Conor's fighting, it doesn't matter. You can be at 165, you can be at welterweight, you can be at 155, you can be for a title, it can be not for a title, it can be a boxing match.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, he's got that McGregor belt, Mm-hmm. Well, I think that sums it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Great event. Really great event. There was even a bunch of other fights that were really good.
Yeah, it was
I'm just glad we're back on track.
Yeah. We've got more fights soon, guys, so we'll be back soon.
Yeah. We'll see you. The next video will be for post-fight for the Wednesday night fights. So see you then.
Like, subscribe, and share.